Hello everyone! Today I'll be showing you how to make candy cane cookies. They're honestly really simple to make, and out of all the cookies we've ever made for the holidays, these always seem like everyone's favorite. The entire recipe is in the description. Now let's get into it. We're making a double batch because these cookies go fast, so keep that in mind. To start, make sure you have some softened butter. It's very important that it's soft, so it does require a little planning ahead. Then you'll need some sifted powdered sugar, some eggs, almond extract, vanilla, flour, and some food coloring. We use a mix of strawberry and beet powder instead of regular food coloring, but if you want to use the regular stuff, the amounts for both will be in the recipe in the description. And you'll need some salt. You'll also need some sugar to sprinkle on the cookies later, so you can portion that out before you get started or later, it's up to you. To start, you'll want to preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit and start mixing in your butter. If you're using an automatic mixer like us, you want to beat the butter at a medium speed, but remember to put it on low to add all of your dry ingredients or you might end up with a big mess. Next you'll add eggs, powdered sugar, almond extract, and vanilla. Once all of the ingredients are thoroughly mixed together, you can start on the next part. We added the salt into the flour and mixed that in together in the flour bowl, so now just slowly add that into the mixture. Feel free to stop every once in a while to manually mix in any ingredients that might not be mixing properly. There's no rush with this, so it's totally okay to take your time. So once everything is mixed, you're going to split the dough into 2 equal parts. You're going to want to try to get it as even as possible, so if you have a scale, please use that. After splitting it into equal parts, put one part into a bowl. We've just reused our bowl that had the flour in it, and put the other part back into the mixing bowl. Now it's time to add the food coloring. We slowly added our powder, stopping the machine every once in a while to make sure everything could mix in properly. Once everything is mixed in, the dough should be a pink color like this. And that's all you need to make the dough. Next, we have to assemble the cookies. You're going to need to roll them in some flour, so in order to keep from making too much of a mess, we used a silicone pastry mat. We dumped some flour in a corner for easy access. Then, take your bowls and scoop out an even amount of dough from each bowl. It helps to have a tiny scoop like we're using, but any kind of tool that will get you around 1 teaspoon of dough will work. I like to try to scoop multiple balls before combining them just for convenience, but you can do it however you want. Just make sure you cover your bowl so that the dough doesn't dry out too fast. Once you have the amount you want, take each color separately and roll them into tiny strips. Then roll them together using a tiny amount of flour. If the dough seems a little too soft, you can put it in the refrigerator for a few minutes, but no worries if it doesn't work out perfectly. It'll all taste the same. When rolling them together, try to be as even as possible, and once they're around 4 inches in length, you can stop. Now all you need to do is add that signature candy cane twist. There's a couple ways to do this, but the easiest is to hold one end softly and roll the other very gently. If you're confident, you can try to roll each end opposite ways, but this process can take a bit to get used to, so take your time working up to it. After the dough is rolled together and twisted, all you need to do is place it on an ungreased baking sheet and curve it into a candy cane shape. You can cook around 10 cookies on a normal size baking sheet, and they should look similar to this when done right. Once you have enough to bake, place them into your preheated oven and cook for around 7 to 8 minutes. While they're baking, it's a good time to fill another baking sheet if you have one available. Once they come out of the oven, place the tray on a cooling rack and quickly sprinkle them with sugar. You can also sprinkle crushed up candy canes on them, but we generally don't do that. Just make sure you sprinkle as soon as they come out so the sugar will stick. After you've covered them all, carefully move the cookies from the baking sheet onto another cooling rack. These cookies are very easy to break, so take your time with this. After all the cookies are removed, you can scrape the leftover sugar back into the bowl, and you're good to go for the next round. At the very end, the cookies should look similar to this. They're very fun to make and a great holiday treat. I hope you enjoyed learning how to make these. Happy holidays and thanks for watching.